Hi, Tamal. Welcome to the Banking Show. Your column this week is talking about the banking system's health. Briefly, can you take us through what is it that is going for the banking system's health and what are some of the red flags that we have to watch out for?
Thanks, Ruchika. Yes. In the last financial, the entire banking system net profit was record high. And if you see in the June quarter, they continued. And the September quarter is yet another great quarter, if I may say so. So banking system's profits are pretty high. Um, and other part is this, of course, the NPAs are going down, both gross and net. In percentage term, many of the banks have less than 1% NPA. It's a decadal best balance sheet, I would say, when you look at the quality of assets. But then if you see that the operating profit is not in line with the net profit, so where is the catch? The catch is one of the contributing factors to their net profit is the lowering of provision. So since the NPAs are pretty low, they don't need to provide for as much as they had to in the past. So this is what the broad outline of their health. But if you look at some of the other parts which are not so great, is this the low cost CASA, which is current and savings account, has been down because savers are looking for other opportunities of investment like shifting to FDs, mutual fund, direct equity, etc. You also see, because as a result of this, the net interest margin, or NIM, is under pressure for many banks. And then finally, the credit growth for quite a few banks are much higher than their deposit growth. So whether they will be able to continue with the good run, we need to see. Apart from the fact that there are, in some cases, which is in public domain, the personal loan segment, particularly the retail segment and unsecured loans, has not been in the best of health. So we may see some issues getting. Yeah, I mean, let's say there.
Well, Tamal, RBI has also advised banks about these unsecured loans, and they are acting on it as well. You mentioned about the NPAs. Now, in your column also, you have said that many banks have less than 1% NPAs. How long do you think this story will continue?
Well, the NPAs, it's indeed the banking system is in the best of health for over a decade now, as we speak. But NPA also is a question of math. If your balance sheet is growing, so in percentage term, both the gross and the net NPAs have to go down. Now, if as and when your loan portfolio gets the growth falters, and because of you have not been able to grow your deposit portfolio, so in again playing the same mathematics, your NPA will be high. So that's the pure mathematics or arithmetic, whatever you're saying. Other part is this, of course, there are, even though no bank will admit it openly, they will all say it's pretty good, we are taking care of it and all. But if you see it in certain segments, the pre-NPA stage, from they're not yet turned NPAs, but there are people have been defaulting in paying back for 30 days, 60 days. NPA, it only becomes when it's defaulted in payment for 90 days, more than 90 days. So that pre-NPA stage, I'm sure of any technicalities I'm saying, we are seeing in certain categories in certain banks. And of course, the much bigger challenge is, even did you ask for it, I'm saying that ramping up their deposit portfolio. If the deposit portfolio they have not been able to ramp up, then how long? Those who are well capitalized, they can support the credit growth through capital, but they will not be able to continue with it for long. So NPA will go up. It's just a question of arithmetic.
Well, we have to watch out for this pre-NPA stage that you're talking about very carefully, and of course, growth falter.
What we call it, technically called delinquency.
Yeah. Now, we're talking about some macro issues now here. We're talking about growth. what do you think or are the implications of this recent appreciation in the rupee and the way the 10-year paper yield is performing? What macro implications we have?
Yeah, Ruchika, is very important. Two key points you're talking about the market. So one is the currency market and one is the bond yield. Now let's talk first about rupee. Rupee's lowest is 83.40 in recent past. And then since then, it's been hovering around 83 plus. Okay, and it even got beyond 83, it's actually 82.90 in their 90s, 94, 95 a dollar. That's the kind of thing. Now, why rupee is strengthening? And it's primarily because of the dollar weakening, and I mean the dollar index weakening. And why dollar index is weakening? Because it's now pretty clear that U.S. Federal Reserve has come to the end of the rate hiking cycle, and only will see rate cuts, probably 3 rate cuts of 25 bips each in the next year. And that's for the rupee part, why rupee is strengthening. And the other part you said again, the 10-year bond yield, 10-year bond yield, which again had its highest 7.39, and now early this week, it was trading at 7.14. It came down even less than that. That's a good story. So it will help the government to complete its borrowing program. It will be good for the system. But again, why it's happening? Again, they're happening the same reason, because of the U.S. Federal Reserve coming to the end of the rate hiking cycle, and the expectation is this: it will go for cut 1, 2, 3 cuts. So because of that, what's happening is this 10-year dollar, 10-year US bond also coming down, and it's coming down much sharper than 10-year Indian bond. As a result of this, the yield, the space or the gap between the two has been widening, which was at which came down very narrow to 214 basis point. As we speak, it's now around 325, 327, varying around. That makes investment in India more attractive.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of positives and some word of caution also from you on various things that we have to be watchful for. Banking system health is very good, but as you said, NIM is under pressure. And of course, about the NPAs as well, as you've mentioned, we have to be watchful of certain segments. Tamal, as always, bringing us a very balanced picture of what the things are looking like. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next week.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.